The People Station 107 JAMZ, the big homie Erik Tee inside the afternoon jump off, man. And look what the weather blew in today. Man, I had to get this dude up in the building because I've been knowing him, for a few years right about now. And you know what? I wanted to make sure he get his props. They say give you the flowers when they can smell them. Well, we got to do this for the homie, man. It's the fat rat with the cheese, Mr. The one and only Lil O.
What's going down, man?
What's up, man? How you?
Hey, man, I'm real good, man. Just sliding down 10 with some of that Texas love, you know what I'm saying? Glad to be here, man.
Man, we glad to have you, bro. Like I said, it's funny, I've been knowing you, for a while. Like I said, I've been online just kind of checking out a little bit of your background, a little bit of your history. And, and dude representing from Nigeria.
Oh, yeah. Niger born, H-Town raised. You know what I'm saying?
How's it like you get a chance to go home?
Oh, yeah. I try to go back like at least once every 5 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely overdue for another trip. So I might try to make that happen in about another year.
Man, like I said, I wanted to get you in the building, man, because you did so much, man, for hip hop. I don't want to just say Houston.
Thank you.
But just so much for hip hop in general.
Absolutely. Lake Charles been real good to me, man. So, y'all been rocking with me for a long time, so I'm just grateful, man. Real talk.
And one time for the homie VI, free VI, because that's who actually introduced us. Vicious on the telephone.
Okay.
When we got linked up and everything. The first time we talked was you had the joint Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
Absolutely. You taking it? You taking it back? Yeah, you taking it back.
But one thing I got to say, man, you were one of the first. We knew about the Ghetto Boys, Scarface, a lot of them artists, but you were actually one of the first Houston artists that I saw that really got like a major deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Like with the whole Back, man.
Definitely, that is true. And it was actually before Back. It was Can't Stop was actually through MCA Universal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my first major deal. Then of course, the second major deal through Atlantic was Back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they say third time's the charm. So hey, we got some tricks up our sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
So I gotta ask, man, like, what do you think it is? Because when I think about it, like you still have that same hunger that you had when you were first getting into the game, man.
Mm-hmm.
So what keeps you hungry to just make you want to keep making music, keep getting out there and grinding like you do?
I think I'm a fan of greatness. You know what I'm saying? It's good to always be financially blessed, but when you consider things like a legacy, and you look at things like all my homies that didn't get to see the dream come true, like Hawk, Mo, Screw, you kind of feel like you got something to prove. And then I can't lie, a lot of it has to do with my Nigerian background too, because when you see how real life is and you see opportunity, you don't take it for granted. You get what I'm saying? So hunger is something that's always been instilled in me. You get what I'm saying? So it just makes you want to push harder and grind harder.
The thing about you, man, when people think of a greatest hits, a lot of folks do greatest hits compilation. There's a lot of fillers, a couple of hit songs.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't really know all the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like with your greatest hits, dude, like everything on there is a banger from the beginning to the end, even the new tracks on there that you put on the album. But like, what is it when you get into the studio, man? Do you just go into the studio and say, you know what, this is the one, this is gonna be a hit?
It's funny you ask that, because I feel like I'm at a point in my career where it's like I finally realized how many hits I got.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It comes in a time where you in an artist's life where it hits them, because so many people be like, golly, and you don't realize when you're doing it.
Sure.
It's like when people always ask, did you know what you was doing at Screw House when y'all would make his? You don't know what you're doing. You just know you give it your best.
Yeah.
So when I go into the studio, it's just like I act like every song is my last, and this could be my last time, and I just try to give it my all. I like people to know that anytime they hear a Lil O song, that it's art, it's great music. It's almost like that that Denzel movie, American Gangster, where he had Blue Magic, and he said, I stand by my brand.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I stand by my product. When you hear Lil O, when you hear the fat rap with the cheese, I think it's a reputation that I worked hard for. When people hear that, they expect a certain quality, and I feel like I've always lived up to it, and I won't put it out if it don't live up to that quality. So you get what I'm saying? And that's how you last.
Now, also talking about, just the whole grind that you've been doing, man. A lot of folks, they've been following you. That, man, you're a Xavier University alumni.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you definitely did the whole college deal. Do you feel like that played a part as well as far as, the whole business aspect of the music game?
I definitely feel like I think education is important because in a game where it's funny you ask that because you can't prosper being a dummy in anything.
Yeah.
But so a lot of people tend to think, oh, music is easy, and I'm just gonna go in there and I'm a rap. But it's like you got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're signing.
Yeah.
You got to know what to do with the money when you get it to make it last. Mm-hmm. I think people that are in charge and the gatekeepers, they're more impressed when you can communicate with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? More doors are open to you when they feel like, okay, this guy, we can do great things with it, and he knows what he's doing, and he might not mess it up. You know what I'm saying? Because you see so many cats with incredible blessings, and you be like, how did he end up messing that off? And that's something education played a part in it, and it's like, and unfortunately I didn't even finish from Xavier, but just the experience,
sure,
just the experience being around other people that are focused and want to do big things, it makes you want to be better, because that was a big transition for me, going from the streets to Xavier, and then being around other kids that would later go on to be doctors and lawyers and whoop-de-whoop. It brings out the best in you, and I'm just a real that's a cause I'm real passionate about, is kids getting their education, because it's like I think we really need to encourage that, especially in our community, because it's a grind, and if you look at your education like how a hustle, you'll take it more serious, because that's what it is. It affects how you eat.
Man, so when we think about it, I mean, obviously you got the music game on lock. I mean, as far as, getting into the studio and grinding. When you guys were together, because you are an originator of the SUC.
Off top.
Do you feel like you guys, I was talking to my son about this, and we were just talking about the whole Meek Mill and Drake and this and that. Mm-hmm. But when you guys were in the studio together, when it was you and Hawk and even Fat Pat, do you think you guys played off of one another as far as if y'all were in there with Screw and y'all were doing the freestyle sessions, or even doing songs? Yeah. Like, did you hear some of Pat's stuff and say, you know what, I need to go back and do something? How was it? I
think we were all great in our own individual way. It's always a competitive spirit between all of us. You get what I'm saying? But I think we're all loved for our own different sound, our own different way. But I think we just brought out the best in each other. It was never a thing where I felt like I had to outdo that. We just all wanted to live up to each other's expectations. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember I'd call Hawk and be like, Hawk, you gotta hear this. And if he didn't like it, it would literally hurt my feelings. And he'd call me and be like, oh, what you think about this? And if I was like, nah, he'd be like, no. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, you pushing each other to be great. You know what I'm saying?
And of course, being an OG in the game, we just got to keep it real. One thing I look at as far as music is, not saying people are obligated, but I feel like some of the newer cats don't really pay respect to some of the ones that really paved the way for them. Yeah. Do you feel like, as far as Houston, you guys got a lot of big artists that are coming up right about now.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like they have, given the respect to you guys, whether it's you, Kiki, Pat, anybody out there that really kind of kick doors down?
Oh, to be honest, I feel extremely loved. It's like when, it's like I feel incredibly blessed. I feel extremely loved. I feel extremely appreciated. But also more than that, it's like I try not to live. I'm so competitive that it's good to be considered a legend. It's good to be loved, but I try not to live in it. You know what I'm saying? I try to, when I'm putting out music now, it's because I want to compete with what's now. You get what I'm saying? True. And when you think like that, you don't even view at it because you're too busy trying to focus on, hey, how can I kill them now? You get what I'm saying? But yeah, as far as, it's not a day that goes by that the streets don't tell me how much I'm loved. And I'm grateful for it because, to be honest, it's not too many artists that get the love I get. You know what I'm saying? So,
I like that.
I appreciate it.
All right, though. So you trapped on an island. You got your iPod. Yeah. But you only got room for 3 CDs. Ooh, it can be R&B. It can be hip-hop. It can be gospel. It could be whatever. Ooh. Name 3 artists, man, that you could, if you were stranded on that island for about 3-4 4 days, maybe a month, that you can listen to over and over, regardless of how many times you listen to it. It's still like it's fresh. Can you come
recent, or
it can be throwbacks. It can be new stuff. You know, it can just something that you got to have on your iPod. But it's only three albums.
Only three. I gotta have some pop.
Okay.
I gotta have some JC.
Okay.
And I gotta have some Fat Pat.
Okay.
I gotta have some Fat Pat. You know, those three I'll survive.
Okay. And then to go back on that again, if you had a chance to work with one artist, whether someone alive, deceased, and you had that opportunity to either do a joint album or a couple of songs that that you can use, for years down the line, who would it be?
That's so hard because I'm such a fan of music. You get what I'm saying? But I was blessed enough already to work with Pat. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So it would have to be Pac or Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Just because Pac was just an incredible artist, and then to me Jay is the blueprint. Yeah. It's hard to pick. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm a student of the game, so I just love great artists. Anybody. Like, it's one thing to have one hot song, but when guys have catalogs, those are the type of people that, I love to work with. So it'd definitely be between Pac and Jay.
So let's talk about the new album. Tell them the name of it.
Grind Hard, Pray Harder, man.
All right. It's out there. It's available on iTunes.
It's available iTunes digitally right now. And it's a star-studded project, man. I'm real proud of it, because you got to remember albums like Blood Money and The Fat Rat with the Cheese and Food on the Table, they're considered classics, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to put nothing out if I felt to couldn't live up to those. And just the response I've been getting is amazing. I'm hoping to take it nationwide by the grace of God. It's a star-studded project, man. It has everybody on it from Big Crit, Devin the Dude, J-Dog, Slim Thug, Chamillionaire, Killer Colleon, Charlie Boy. I mean, it's an amazing piece of work, and it's bang after bang after banger. Real talk, I'm real proud of.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like I said, I just wanted to get you in the building, man, to let people know what you've been working on.
Absolutely, and then even on top of that, even after that, I just dropped a brand new single, Hot Sign. That's not even on the album, and that's a whole different monster. That's the new.
Yeah, it is. You feel like that's important, man, just to keep the fresh music out there?
Absolutely, because when you're an indie artist, I think sometimes it's easy for people to think that, okay, that's Lil O. He just puts out a song and he takes it to the radio and it goes right in. It's like sometimes it's like, especially when you've lasted so long, sometimes you got to fight 10 times harder. You get what I'm saying? And I think sometimes when consistency makes people fans.
True that.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
and it's like, I feel like I've consistently dropped hits, but I'm the type of person that I will kick down that door to eventually you say, till someone says, enough's enough. You know what I'm saying? And I don't whine, I grind. And if I have to prove to you again and again, then I don't have no problem doing it because, I believe in myself and I know what type of music I'm making. And it can compete with anybody in the game. Real talk.
And being a CEO, man, because obviously you're running your label and everything.
Absolutely.
What do you look for in an artist, or is there anybody that we can expect coming out of the Lil O camp?
Right now, to be honest with you, I'm focused strictly on me. I think it'd be an injustice for me to have an artist if I couldn't give him the full time. Sure. I think people throw that name around so much, CEO. They don't really know what goes into being a CEO and running a business and having an artist. And I feel like the best thing to do is to get myself to where I want to be before I even think about that right now. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Well, check it out, man. Like I said, Lil O live in the building, man. Tell them where they can follow you. I know you Instagram, Facebook, man, and everything.
Everything. I'm a social media junkie, but I keep everything simple. SUC Lil O. That's SUCLILO. That's my Twitter at SUC Lil O. My Instagram, SUC Lil O, SUCLILO. My Snapchat, SUCLILO. And my Facebook, SUCLILO, man. So whenever you think SUC Lil O, you can always find me.
I know O is a pretty positive dude,
yeah, man. And I can't leave that out. My SoundCloud, that's real important. The game, that's the new what's the word, outlet for a lot of artists right now. So I do have a SoundCloud. It's SUC Lil O as well. That's soundcloud.com/SUC Lil O. And that's where you can always check out all my latest music. Yeah.
Well, go follow him. Like I said, I mean, he's all over. Plus, if you want to get some positive motivation, follow O on Facebook. I got like my wife. She was sharing one of your messages off of Facebook. And I'm like, what you know about Lil O? But I knew it had to be something positive for her to be,
it's crazy. I never knew that I was making such an impact with my post because I don't do it. I just do what's on my mind.
Yeah.
And it got crazy. People, I'd be walking through and like people of all ages, races, nationalities would come up to me and be like, "You're such an inspiration." Whoop, whoop. It'd be people be like, "I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard your music."
Yeah,
but God, your posts. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy when you hear people from all different ages and nationalities, and you're being an inspiration to people. So that's a blessing within itself too, because that's something I kind of always wanted to do with my music as well.
Lil O live in the building, man. It's the afternoon jump off. Had to show love to a legend, man. So as always, we appreciate you for stopping through.
Always a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me. And hey, it's more to come, man. Real talk.
We looking out for it, man. Well, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely got more on the way. The one and only Lil O inside the afternoon jump off right here on the People Station 107 Jams and 107jams.com.
Whoa.